Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. As our supporters know, Shark has been exposing the cruelty, cowardice, and corruption of Pennsylvania's live pigeon shoots for many years. That corruption runs deep, from local police departments in towns like Bensalem and Warminster, right up to the state police and its commissioner, Frank Noonan, an ex-FBI agent. We've exposed the corruption of district attorneys such as Berks County District Attorney John Adams and Bucks County District Attorney David Heckler. We've exposed politicians like Governor Tom Corbett and NRA Drone. Pennsylvania's media has been corrupted to the point that I question if there's a true journalist left in the state. Everyone is afraid to talk about pigeon shoots because doing so might upset those corrupt officials on both sides of the aisle. This corruption has rotted Pennsylvania down to its very core. But there is one other cabal that we must now drag into the harsh light, and that's Pennsylvania's so-called animal protection movement. It isn't that Pennsylvania's humane organizations have failed to stop pigeon shoots. The crime is that, with very few exceptions, Pennsylvania's humane leaders make little effort to fight some of the most cruel and vicious animal abuse to be found anywhere in the U.S. If cornered, PA humane leaders will claim to oppose the pigeon slaughters, but words alone mean little in a corruption cesspool like Pennsylvania, and some groups won't even speak about the issue. I recall a rally of Pennsylvania's supposed animal protection groups at the state capitol in Harrisburg a few years ago. The organizers, the supposed leaders of Pennsylvania's humane movement, didn't even want to mention pigeon shoots at the public rally because they were afraid of offending the National Rifle Association. How screwed up is that? Although Shark is an Illinois-based organization, we've actively worked for years against Pennsylvania's infamously cruel and cowardly shoots, spending a fortune and traveling some 1,600 miles round trip on average of a couple of times a month. We've dealt with the sweltering summer heat and the freezing winter cold, rain, sleet, and snow, and we do it while Pennsylvania's slacktivists do nothing. The battle against Pennsylvania's live pigeon shoots is being conducted almost exclusively by activists from Illinois and New Jersey. This results in the local, bought-off media calling us outside agitators. Never mind that most of the pigeon shooters also come from out of state, in their case, to commit abuse for which they would be arrested if they did it at home. I can count the number of Pennsylvania activists willing to do groundwork on two hands with fingers left to spare. Let me say right now how much we appreciate those unpaid volunteers who demonstrate what real activism looks like. The inaction from so-called leaders in the PA animal protection movement has been so complete, many PA residents don't even know that these illegal live pigeon shoots continue today. Well-funded, so-called animal protection organizations located in the same county as these slaughters, in some cases just a few miles away, are never involved in the documentation, rescues, or any effort at all regarding these violations of Pennsylvania Humane Law 5511. My message to Pennsylvania's so-called humane organizations is this: your days of turning a blind eye and getting away with it are over. Starting now, these groups are either going to get into this fight or they're going to be exposed by name. No more pretending. You don't rid yourself of a cancer by ignoring it. If you are a PA animal person who cares about these horribly abused animals, what are you going to do to help them? Are you part of an animal group? If so, I suggest you find out what your group is really doing about these slaughters. Find out how many exposés they've been involved in, or even attempted. How many birds have they rescued? If they aren't physically at the shoots, and they aren't, it's pretty hard to expose anything or rescue anyone. When you learn that there's been no real effort on behalf of these horribly abused creatures, ask yourself why you are supporting such an organization. Know this: if you're willing to support groups that aren't worth crap, then crap is the best you can expect from them. Pennsylvania's pigeon shoots are what brought me into this movement almost a quarter century ago, turned me from a hunter-fisherman into an animal protector. Back then there were strong, inspiring local activists working on this issue. What the hell happened? To those of you who do care in Pennsylvania, we should work together. Let's absolutely insist that Pennsylvania's nearly worthless media step up, or let's hang them out to dry as the fake journalists that most of them are. Let's call out Pennsylvania's corrupt politicians. Let's expose Pennsylvania's corrupt law enforcement, starting with the state police and those district attorneys who accept money from the pigeon shooters. Let's rebuild Pennsylvania's once fine animal protection movement, which has debilitated into near worthlessness. Pennsylvania's pigeon shoots should have ended many decades ago. So what are we going to do now to make it happen? The day is coming when they will end. What will your role have been? The time to act is now. Millions of animals have been mercilessly slaughtered and continue to be killed for no reason but the perverse bloodlust protected by cruel, corrupt authorities. Let's join together and make it stop. This is Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.